Welcome back to the new Millennium Falcons podcast. This is episode 14. I'm Trey Sean, and I'm joined by my host, Savion and Fleek. Fellas, how we doing tonight?
Hey man, I'm about as good as you can be on a non-victory Wednesday. I'm chilling, man. The vibes are pretty good because we're quick turnaround. We playing again tomorrow night. We're gonna get into it.
That's right. The only primetime game of the year for the Atlanta Falcons.
By the way,
Yes, sir.
So make
Yep,
sure
gotta keep the vibes up.
somebody tell Jeff Bezos call me. Hit me up.
Savion,
I'm in the city.
I think Jeff Bezos is regretting that buy right now.
Hey, look, hey, look, man. As long as he got the cash to keep the verified check, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right, man.
$8, by the way.
$8, bro. $96 a year, bro.
That's right. And
$96.
for just $12, you can get verified to be a New Millennium Falcons podcast member. By the way, we just want to plug that. You'll get
That is a
exclusive abilities that other people won't get. You know, behind the scenes access, all that. So just
Yep,
$12.99 a week.
that's it. Just
That's it.
and
That's
I don't
it.
think that's too much to offer, to be honest.
No, it's a
Because
steal.
I mean, to be honest, you go to what restaurant y'all eat at these days? Y'all go to Zaxby's and get a wings and things. It's like $13.99.
That's 13 right there.
Yeah,
13,
and
14.
that's 13, 14 right there for what 30, 35 minutes of enjoyment. But you subscribe to us for $12.99 a week. You get all this backstage, everything behind the scenes. So
Convincing
man.
sell. Convincing
Beautiful.
sell.
Beautiful.
Well,
thank you, brother.
speaking of cooked birds, let's talk about the Chargers game, fellas. Um, man, that kind of went exactly how you thought a Chargers Falcons game could go in the worst possible
Absolutely.
way. Like it was
Absolutely.
I mean, what a circus act. These two teams deserve a bow because they give you your money's worth. It's entertainment whether you like it or not. Um but it is entertainment. They closed off Halloween with a good one.
Oh
Um
yeah.
man, I
Mm. Where do you start? That's the thing, right? Like,
Where do you
Yeah.
start?
where do you
Like,
start, brother? It's so much. Like, I just kept having this feeling the entire game. I mean, from the second quarter on, every mistake we made, I just kept thinking that's gonna cost us. That's gonna come back. And it's like we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot. It's like we would, like, personally, just me personally now, I felt like we should have won that game.
oh
And I'm
yeah.
not even talking about with the TQ thing at the end. That's where we should have lost the game anyway. We had lost the game at that point.
By then, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Anything else by then would have been just icing on the cake. Yeah.
that would have been like football gods handing us another W like they did against the Panthers.
Facts.
So at that point in the game, I'm not even talking about that. But earlier in the game, man, we were dominating on the ground. You know what I'm saying? The
mhm.
Chargers have one of the worst. I mean, we had our guy on the show last weekend, and he told us the Chargers have last week. Sorry, the Chargers have one of the worst run defenses in the league, and he did not lie. We were running all over them with the injuries they've had and everything. I mean, I just felt like the Falcons had control of the game the whole time, and I just felt like we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot until we kept them in the game and they won.
Fleek, you kind of said it, but we were running until we weren't. For
Until we
some
weren't.
reason, Arthur
Yeah,
Smith decided that he was comfortable enough with what they had done running the football, and he
yeah,
wanted to start passing it. I think there were 2 3 and outs in the first half that were really defeating. That kind of stuck out where it was, or I should say, the second half actually, where it was in the third quarter. He's kind of like put him away, like, really separate yourself drives, and we just gave the ball back immediately, and we just give the ball
yeah,
back immediately, and it's like, guys, they have Justin Herbert.
yeah.
Like at some
And
point, if
I
he
mean,
keep giving him all these shots, he's gonna make one, and he started making his shots.
yeah. And I was gonna say, man, hey, kudos to this Falcons defense for this past game.
For real.
Because them boys, like I said, we shot ourselves in the foot. Do y'all understand how many mistakes the Falcons made? And like y'all know, this is my first year really attending NFL games. So I don't know if it just hit harder in person or what, but everything like the missed shots to Pitts, every shot that was missed to Pitts came to my side of the field. So it happened right in my face. And I'm like, well, damn, another one. And I just kept looking. There was a guy, a really nice Falcons fan. Shout out to you. You know who you are. He kept saying, Kyle Pitts, Kyle Pitts, Kyle Pitts. Because I had a Kyle Pitts shirt on. But anyways, man, the Falcons they're too mistake riddled, bro. I mean, Drake London's getting stripped at the 4-yard line. Shout out, Drake. You know I love you. Like, it's just too many mistakes. It wasn't even just Mariota today. I like blaming Marcus Mariota. It's easy to blame the quarterback. But this is on everybody. Everyone made a mistake. And they all proved costly, bro.
Yeah.
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 Just very much poor execution throughout the entire game. I mean, I put up a thing on Twitter where it looked like this was an entirely different team from the first quarter to the second quarter, and then from the third quarter to the fourth quarter. And the only thing that changed, and they said this on the I think on the final whistle, was that the quarter changed. I don't know whether they forgot how to play football before they got to the half or when they got to the end of the game. Like, I don't understand how we get into these scripts and you see what you want. Obviously, from the first and third quarters, you see what you want and you see that it's going to work. Like, the script from the first quarter was almost fully run plays. And you saw that was going to work. And somehow we get to the point to where we're taking shot after shot on second and third or on second downs mostly.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that. You know, like I'll say it like this. I understand it. We might have, Matt. We might have. I understand it because it's like, you know, guys are closer to the line of scrimmage. You know, they're more aggressive to try to get the run. So you have those shots over the top.
And I was gonna say that too. I think that's what hurts most, bro.
Because they're open. That's the worst part. Is the fact that they're open.
That's what hurts.
I mean, because it's Kyle Pitts against Asante Samuel on one of them. I understand it on both sides. I understand why you put Asante Samuel on Kyle Pitts, because Asante Samuel Jr. You know, if anybody's gonna stop him other than Derwin, it's gonna be him. But it's Kyle Pitts on Asante Samuel Jr. All you have to do is give him a chance.
Yeah.
And it feels like we're just not giving them chances. I don't know, man. It's baffling.
You know, I'm gonna say it kind of feels like, to me, honestly, that game was a lot of Washington football team last year vibes.
Yes.
It was a really badly coached game. Like, it honestly, to me, came down to the coaching. Like, yeah, you know, I agree Mariota didn't hit his shots when he should have. You know, Pitts had a drop.
You know,
that was a bad drop. That was a bad drop.
You know, there's like Fleek said earlier, it kind of, you know, the subpar performance went around. Everybody except for, of course, Cordell Patterson.
Of course.
And Tyler Algier, of course, and Algier. We're going to talk about him later as well.
Yes.
But Pease, man, like, I know we said the defense did a good job, and like I think they did. You know, it wasn't the toughest wide receiving core to have to go up against. It is Justin Herbert, but I don't understand why we were so complacent staying in zone most of the game. We were talking about this morning in the spaces, and you know, I understand we have injuries, but you know, we still had Alford, we still had Isaiah Oliver out there. Chargers were literally down to like a couple of their practice squad. I mean, like, we heard all the injuries from Alex. Like, they had multiple practice squad receivers out there. Everett, their tight end, who had a big drop of his own, but still had that's his other healthy guy. So it kind of felt like they could have taken an opportunity to play some man when they needed to, because once you play zone against Herbert, if he's got time, which Herbert had time, man.
Time.
They didn't get to him at all.
The
It was
cleanest of pockets.
it was
Bro.
miserable to watch. Then he's just gonna pick
Yeah.
you apart. So no adjustment from Pease was a little disappointing as well.
It felt like on third downs and just in important moments, it just felt like this Falcons defense was cooking up a classic Dan Quinn Atlanta Falcons special where we just sit and cover 3 or or some sort of zone mix and just let them pick us apart. And it just like we couldn't get off the field. The most annoying thing was hearing that it's third down and it's like, okay, yeah, let's go. And then like immediately dies. And that happened. I don't have the exact, I'm looking for the whatever their third down conversion ratio was, but it had to be good because I can't tell you. Okay, well, it felt a lot better than that, but that's 50%. Like, Justin Herbert is obviously an elite quarterback, and I know he's, been dealing with injuries and stuff like that, but he's still Justin Herbert. And even with the crew that he had when it mattered the most, he was making the throws, of course, and he was getting people, he was making his team better. And that's what great quarterbacks do. And you just can't let a team with a quarterback like that hang around as long as we did because,
nope.
I mean, we had too many chances. I mean, shout out Cool. Couldn't have been his fault, right, Trey? My boy Cool missed the field goal.
Man.
It's 50. I can't blame, 50 yards.
I don't remember that.
Laser.
That.
Another laser pointer. They're going to catch this guy.
I'm not even going to lie to you, Savion. I didn't remember that either, but it's on my paper right here, so I got to report it.
I don't remember
Apparently that happened. But, I mean, you get down to the red zone. Drake London fighting for extra yards, and that's something that I've always said I love about Drake London. He fights and stuff, but this time it backfired, and that's another 7 points or 3, but possible 7 points wiped off the board there. So that's 10 points you've left.
I only see. I saw a lot of people saying that. My only thing with that is I technically count it as a wash since we got a turnover immediately right after it.
But at the same time, I can't.
It is leaving points on the board, like people said. Like, obviously, it's a bad play, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm just trying to defend my boy Drake. That was his first.
That's a fact.
For me, that's his first rookie mistake of the year. It came against Khalil Mack, so I'm like, I can live with it. I know you, Fleek. I know you're the last person.
You know me.
But it's just like, man, that sucked. That hurt when I saw that. I was like, no.
It did.
Like, I finally became a believer.
I'm still a believer. Bro.
I'm still a believer.
Yeah,
of course, because it's just a rookie thing.
Yeah, man. It just like little moments like that. And like you said, luckily we were able to get a turnover after that. I think the ball bounced off of Palmer's helmet.
Wait, no, it's Eckler actually.
Wait, no, it was. I know the one you're talking about.
Oh no, it was Palmer.
It was Palmer.
My fault.
Bink, Richie right up under it. It was it was lit. But like, I just feel like okay. We can talk about the TQ play for a second.
Yep, we haven't brought it up. Let's do it.
I will say I took my girlfriend to this game because it was our anniversary weekend, for those of you who didn't know. And she enjoyed the entire game.
I'm sure that's what she wanted.
Thank you, by the way. She was very disappointed by the time that play happened. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. The reason I don't think that play hurt me as much as everyone else is because I thought Eckler was down. So I didn't even when TQ picked up the ball and started running, the stadium was going crazy and I was just sitting in my seat like this. Like we really just lost another game. Like we really just lost a game because everybody was like, "Oh my God, like yes." And then he dropped it and I was like, "Okay, if this mattered, that would have pissed me off." And then they reviewed it and said it was a fumble and then I got mad because I'm like, "Oh, so we would have had the ball." But you know what? TQ has been having such a great season, and I don't want that to get lost on people. TQ is turning into a great inside defensive lineman, and we can all recognize that. But damn it.
And that's why he plays defensive lineman.
And that's why he plays
Oh my God.
That's just how you know Herbert's elite. I think the last quarterback that I've seen cause a fumble was Andrew Luck, but Herbert was able to just do it with his eyes.
Looking, he saw him.
He scared the ball out of this man's grasp.
Bro, that's a real genjutsu there, bro.
That was a true genjutsu, bro.
That's a real genjutsu, bro.
You know what I think happened? like to me, I keep trying to replay it in my mind, and I think TQ was thinking about stiff arming, but forgot which hand the ball. I'm telling you, I think he was thinking of what his move was gonna be, and he forgot the hand that the ball was in. It's the only thing that makes sense to me because you see him kind of look around, like he's thinking of what he's gonna do.
He wanted to do
And then
something.
he
No,
just
it's true.
forgets.
It's true. He wanted to do something. He looked. He said, "This is my moment.
Yes,
This is what I'm here to do." And it's like, no, son, you just
he
gotta go
wanted to
down.
go down in NFL history with one of those big men touchdowns. That's what he wanted. And because you're so right, bro. The look of his body language was just like, I'm about to make somebody miss, or I'm about to put somebody's face in the dirt because I'm scoring a touchdown. And then he's like, oh,
Right.
damn, but I forgot the ball. Oh, that's crazy. I forgot the ball. And somehow the ball didn't bounce out of bounds. It could have bounced out of bounds. He was on the sideline.
It could have bounced anywhere. It could have bounced anywhere.
And it bounced backwards, stayed in bounds, where every Chargers player that was
Every
chasing
Charger
him,
was, yeah.
like, oh my gosh, bro.
Like
It's
there,
insane.
like you said, Trey. There's nothing better that like one of my friends. One of my friends. He's a Titans fan, so you know I had the Mariota talk with him. But he told me the day he was talking to me the day before, and he was like, "Yo, is there gonna be like a different is there a way that you guys are gonna lose this one on Sunday? Like, is there gonna be a different way?" And I said, "I don't know, man. We'll see." And sure as hell enough, my boy, I know my team, boy. I know my team because I can tell you, I was like, you know what? I bet we do find a different way. In my mind, I was saying, but you know, you can't say that out loud. It's like, man, I mean, we'll see. In my mind, I'm like, we'll find a way.
Man,
we'll find a way.
It's just so crazy that you can find there's just always a Falcons highlight.
Clockwork, baby.
Oh
Isn't
yeah.
there? Like there's always one for the highlight reel. It's like, man, we just can't go one season, huh? I'm like,
clockwork, baby.
One season, huh?
Oh,
clockwork.
Well, guys, let's talk about the one positive thing, and that was the return of Cordell Patterson.
Oh yeah.
And buddy, I was nervous, but this man was more than ready. And I gotta tell you, they were not ready for Cordell Patterson. They were not, and they were definitely not ready for Tyler Algier. On top of that, 44-yard run. Woo,
bro! Oh my god,
he looked fleek. You know what it looked like? It looked like he had those burners we saw.
Hey,
we talked about when we watched film. It looked like he had that little. We finally saw that extra gear kick in a little bit, just a little bit. There's enough.
Goodness. It was beautiful. And just can I say one thing about CP, bro? How old is CP? 31 or 32?
31.
Mm-hmm.
For CP to be 31, his explosiveness shocks me every time he touches the ball because his explosiveness and his acceleration is so you can see it. Like you don't even have to understand the terminology of what I'm saying to understand what I'm saying right now. Like he's that explosive of a runner as soon as he touches the ball. Mm-hmm. And for him to be 31 and still have that, a lot of running backs in their 20s don't have that pop, that burst.
That low run, man. It's been great.
It's awesome, bro.
Low man wins, awesome. Don't he? I mean, Cordell Patterson is
what? That looked like Earl Campbell, man.
That is a load of a man.
Oh my gosh, bro.
That helmet straight to the chest.
Oh my god!
It was a beautiful highlight.
What was it on the first drive when we were driving down and we got you remember last year around this time how you used to see we would get stuffed on first and second down and you're like, oh, we finna kick. As soon as I saw where we were on the 2 or 3 yard line and I saw Cordero back there, I said that's a tutty. I said that's a tutty.
We had 107 rushing yards in the first quarter. What happened? That's what we're talking about earlier, man, where it's you completely abandon the run game. You abandon it's insane that you go from 107 rushing yards to -5 the next quarter. I think that second quarter was the worst quarter of Falcons football that we've seen in a little bit. It
In a
was
while.
it was
In a while.
it was
If you
terrible. And
want to
everybody brought
know,
up the Bengals game, and I'm like, that's the first game that the defense was down with all the injuries. I'm like,
yeah,
that's totally different
Can,
than
yeah,
losing like this to a bunch of nobodies too. That's Jamar Chase and co. Come on.
yeah,
can we
literally.
kind of agree that the Bengals game as a whole was an albatross? Like everything
Oh
about
yeah,
that,
bro.
everything about that game was
But the
horrible.
offense still
It
didn't have
was
a -5 quarter.
Yeah,
that they
and
didn't.
you know
That
what's
they
so
didn't.
Like,
And
crazy?
it was
that's
a
what I'm
good and
saying. This
that's a
was
good defense
bad.
too. That's a good defense too. Like
Oh yeah,
the Bengals are a good defense. Not exactly elite, but a good one. So
and you know
it
what's crazy? The first quarter we had was fairly dominant.
Extremely.
So like I remember
they ran
that.
what 4 or 5
107 yards.
plays? They ran
Yeah,
like 5 plays.
literally. And I remember thinking, man, that's like the best quarter of football we don't play this season.
Yes, it
And then
was.
the second quarter, like you said, was like the worst quarter of football we played all season. Like it was just so crazy, bro. Like what happened?
It's something in the water.
We've seen that from this team so many times this year. It feels like you have the Rams game, you have the Saints game, you have the Bucks game, where it's just like,
Yeah,
how do you go? And it's like I said, it's like that Tebow shit. Like that, like it's
yeah,
just like out of nowhere, he suddenly rises and makes the 3 passes he needs to make for the whole game. And he just
bro.
couldn't,
Yeah,
he just couldn't do it for this game because those passes were there.
yeah,
And they
yeah.
like if he hits like 2 of them, then it's game over.
And you know what's crazy? Like, and this may be a good segue into the next topic about being 4-5 at this point this year, like we were
Right.
last year.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think like the losses, because you just you saying the teams again just brought me back to thinking like the loss to the Saints, that's heartbreaking because we should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
We should have won that game. The Rams, we went down by 25 points. But the fourth quarter we had, like we stormed back and we
I was
had
at
a
that
chance.
game. It was insane.
Oh yeah, you
It was
were
absolutely insane. I was like,
That
we're
was
about
supposed
to
to be-
break the 28-3 curse.
That was supposed to
like,
be
we
the
were
exorcism.
about to
Yeah.
break it,
I thought that I was about to lose my mind.
bro.
That,
And then
that should have been the
We threw a
exorcism.
pick towards Brian Edwards, and they've put him into witness protection after that. We've
Brian
never seen that.
Edwards.
who?
Who? For real? No, Brian Edwards. We have not
Bro.
seen that man since. The only time that we've seen him was on a weird third. What was it? Second down, where he was tiptoeing towards the first down line.
We got Brian Edwards locked in the facility, and his job has been teaching Felipe Franks how to be a better receiver. That's what's going on. That's my conspiracy
Who's still
theory.
active weekly, by the way.
Can we please keep going?
Anyway, sorry,
why was
Fleek, you were saying
why was Felipe Franks mentioned on this podcast?
because
Yeah,
we
I
would like
don't-
to we want to report that Felipe Franks will be out this week, and so will Matt Hennessy, and
Yes.
Elijah Wilkinson. So that's why.
Yep. Absolutely. That's the only reason
We won.
he's inactive this week. That's crazy. But so yeah, like the Rams game, the Saints game, this past Chargers game, something that those games all have in common was those moments in those games gave us the feeling that we should win. We're supposed to win. The Bucks game, we're supposed to win right now. This is our shot. This is our chance. And it's like these losses have been heartbreaking. We ain't losing 42-6 like we did to Dallas. Like this is not the same loss. Even last season when we were losing by a touchdown, it felt like valiant effort. Matt Ryan was still here. We're still clinging on to something. This is a new beginning, and we're so close to being like 6-2 or something like that. Or no, we're 4-5. We're close to being like
4-5.
You know what I'm saying? Close to being
If
like
not
6-3.
for some blown leads, you say, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So just a couple of blown leads are the only things that have kept us from. I'm just asking the question. Sorry.
It's true.
It doesn't.
It's true.
It feels different though. I agree with you 100%, Fleek. It's just crazy that it has to be like that.
It's insane, bro.
Man, I don't know. So I think you're right. I think I don't think we forget, but we were the worst point differential 7-win team in NFL history last year. We were terrible even in wins. I was gonna say, you said the losses felt different. The wins felt way different. It was like, oh,
Yeah,
thank God we survived. Like
I didn't
it was literally
even
coming
feel
out
that way. I even in wins last year, I was sitting there. I was like, okay, like that's really
I
how I
was
felt. I
just
was just
about to
like,
say. I
okay,
was just about to say when we
I'm
won
happy
last
we
year, it
won.
was like cool. At least we didn't lose.
At least we
That's
didn't
how
lose.
7 times. We won a
7
lot.
times. We didn't lose 7 times, bro.
Like
But this year when we win,
the only one I will say, the only one that I really felt like hype about was the Saints one, because
yeah,
that CP
that was
CP,
nice.
that CP down the sideline, I was like, oh yeah, that's what we needed. That's gonna bring butts and seats.
Man, I
Yeah,
can't
that
wait
was
till we
beautiful.
can see that CP again. There's no point right now.
Yeah.
No point
Why
right
is there
now.
no point?
We'll get to
Man,
it.
there's only so many ways you could spread 15 targets, 15 pass attempts.
15, you say? Wait, 15 or 50? What NFL are we talking
15.
1-5.
15. We're talking about the
Crazy.
terrible year of 2022 and whatever this is. I think we brought everyone down to our level somehow psychologically.
Doesn't
I
it
think
feel
we
that way?
affected the whole league like a bird flu. And I
Yep.
think that's why the NFL is down as a whole. But
Yep. Everybody is the Falcons right now, and it's
First of
beautiful. I'm
all,
not gonna lie.
this is the most. What was it that Football Outsider said? This is the most yards per carry since like 1988 throughout the league.
That's right. Yeah,
That's
It's
crazy.
amazing, baby. I don't care what you say. We
started
set
that.
trends, baby. We set trends out here with this fake offense.
Oh man,
Falcons then switched the NFL from a passing league to a running league in one season. Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Stop playing. Respect the name.
Please stop playing. Please stop. We didn't really talk about his performance that much, and you guys know me. I've given up. God has chosen that this is our quarterback for the rest of the year, and there's nothing I can do or say about it. This game, I put out like during the game that I was like, what makes Marcus so weird is that he's just like so extremely average for 80% of the game, and then he just wants to make you like jump off a building for 20%. Like he just like throws up everywhere. He just like, it's like that guy. Like, I don't know if you guys go out drinking or anything like that, have the lightweight in the group. It's like you just turn around and suddenly they're just gone. You don't know what's happened to them. And Marcus just does that. It's like he blacks out in the middle of the game. And he's not able to like counteract those lows with any like extreme highs. Like, kind of like we did see a little bit. I feel like the Saints game is still his best game where in terms of like confidence throwing the football. Like wherever that guy went, man, if you'd been here all year, we wouldn't be talking like this. But
okay, wait, sorry. This is really bothering me because I'm thinking about every quarterback in the league. And I'm thinking about the passes that I see Mariota miss, and I don't think he's accurate enough to be a starting quarterback, bro. He is
for this offense, but not any other team. I agree with you.
Yeah, for this offense. But like if he had to exist anywhere else, bro, like he's as inaccurate as like. Let me stop. Okay, I'm doing too much. But like I think of players like Taylor Heineke and stuff, and I don't know. Like I feel like that's our quarterback. I feel like that's our quarterback, bro.
If Taylor Heineke beat Rodgers, I'm just saying.
He did. Who really sucked this year? Let's talk about it, Green Bay. But yeah, no, like I feel like I watch teams struggle with like Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold and trying to figure out this guy, the third guy, like switching from 1 to 3 depth chart wise. I feel like they're all Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Can I interject? Because it's funny that you say that, Fleek. I just happened to look at the advanced passing statistics here on a Pro Football Reference here. The bad throw percentage. It goes from bottom to top: Chicago Bears, Las Vegas Raiders, Houston Texans, Dallas Cowboys. Remember Cooper Rush, New York Jets, Atlanta Falcons. We are 6th worst in bad throw percentage.
Absolutely. And I've seen every one of them.
A lot of young.
That's how I know. That's how I know.
I want you to think about the quarterbacks that are surrounding our quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, one
There's
thing is that there's
there's
younger
Cooper.
guys.
There's
Younger
Cooper
guys.
Rush.
Yep.
Hold up. I'm sorry. There's Davis Mills. There's Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. There's Zach Wilson. There's Marcus Mariota. And then right under Marcus Mariota is the Carolina Panthers, Holy Trinity, and the Washington Commanders.
Okay.
Guys!
So
all of those guys have been in the league less than 5 years. Marcus is the only one of them that's been in the league for more than 5 years.
Please clip this, because I know for everyone that's gonna watch this and is gonna pause after I said Marcus Mariota is Taylor Heineke. The stats. You heard the stats, bro. I didn't even know the stats. I just watched the game, and I just told you that, bro. So don't just think I'm talking, bro. This is a fact. He's inaccurate. It's not like he's been splitting time with Ritter and he's been skewing the numbers. These are all Mariota.
And to go further with this is all Mariota thing, we've had some bad drops last game. We're still dead last in drop percentage with 3.1%.
Can't tell you how many times I've seen that Drake London is like the most targeted receiver with the least drops. No drops, actually. Sorry, 0 drops.
Of course, you only have 55 targets on the year.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, like, it's just it just bothers me, because if we had any semblance of a passing game, this offense might actually be really good. That's what upsets me.
Well, lucky for them, they're not going to need one tomorrow night. Right now, we're getting reports of showers. We're getting reports of 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. Dude, oh my God, could you imagine Mariota trying to throw in that? So once again, the Falcons are going to have to rely on their run game. We're going to Carolina. You get the rare 10-game, break from playing your divisional opponent. I don't think we're a different or better team from when we played them last time, based on everything that I saw in the Chargers game. The Panthers just got mollywopped in Cincinnati. I mean, I should say Joe Mixon specifically, 5 touchdowns, setting records that day. Pretty crazy game that he had. Baker Mayfield came in at the second half, but PJ Walker is going to get the start from everything that's been reported. He could be on a short leash, so maybe we see Baker. Who knows?
He had a 0%. I mean, a 0 passer rating the other day.
Yeah, PJ Walker.
Or QB rating. Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, so we have the Panthers all over again, and I actually feel worse than I did coming into the first game, because then I saw what happened in the first game. And we should have lost. There were times we could have closed earlier. Whatever. We got the dub. That's all that matters, right? And we're 2-1 in the division. This would give us a 3-1, which would put us. We would have the best record against division opponents at that point. So big game. I think the Bucs are 1-2. Of course, their only win coming against a cheated Falcons team, but that's neither here nor there.
Gross.
So what are you guys thinking? PJ Walker. Dante, I guess this is going to be a really interesting game, because no one's really going to be able to throw. But Foreman had a good time against the defense last game, so I don't know if they're too worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like how you said. I mean, I honestly just feel like this is the most rematch of a rematch you could get. I feel like both of these teams are the same exact skill level they were when they played last game. So I feel like it's just like a rematch. It's literally like a running back, like on Madden, just running back. We got slaughtered by the Bengals. They got slaughtered by the Bengals. you saw what they did with us. We went back and forth all weird, and then you saw how we lost against the Chargers. Like it just nothing changed. But I am more nervous because even though I feel as if the Falcons should win, I just do not trust this team to close a game. I just don't. So, like, when I know that we struggle to close games, I struggle to, like, fully believe, like, all right, we'll win in any game. Just because anything can happen to the Atlanta Falcons. Anything.
I agree.
Joe Mixon came into that game on Sunday, and this is something that I just wanted to point out, just because I'm petty. Joe Mixon came into that game on Sunday, averaging 3.3 yards per carry. He averaged 7 that game. He averaged 7 yards.
Very bad run defense.
Very bad run defense, and also the Cincinnati Bengals are like that. That offensive line is coming together and everything like that. I just wanted to put that out there because I watched the game today and I was like, oh my God, this is a slaughter. But so I just looking at this game, this is definitely like the office when the Pam came in and she gave the 2 pictures to Michael and she was like, you got to find the difference between the 2 pictures.
Yeah.
They're the same picture. It's 100% the same exact game. Like it really is because like we both came off. First off, we both came off of losses. We both need this to stay confident. I mean, stay confident.
Defeating losses too, just in different ways.
And yeah. We both came off of losses that crushed the soul. Just like you said, in different ways. Gotta love the Falcons. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel better about this just because of the weather report, because we don't pass anyway. We don't throw the ball anyway.
Yeah.
So
we don't even have to pretend now.
We don't have to pretend now. Yeah, we can finally just put our 3 tight ends out there. 4 if you want to count. Oh, never mind. Felipe's not going to be out there. I don't know who we're going to put out there. I guess we're just going to have Keith Smith out there now.
Could see him getting
called up for this game.
You're telling me Ferkser's going to be off the inactive list? Wild.
Wow.
But
wowzers.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just going to be a dogfight, and honestly, there's going to be a lot of people that don't want to watch it. And for all of you that don't, I completely understand. We have to, so.
No. Hold on. Y'all have to watch this. I watched every terrible Thursday night football game. I don't care if y'all don't want to watch this. You better watch this. I've watched the Broncos so many times in primetime. Y'all can handle a Falcons game because it's at least entertaining. It's going to be somehow, some way, you're going to see something you don't see from any other NFL team that you'll get to see from this NFL team. So no, y'all better turn out.
Because for a while, you'll see the Falcons gaining like 5 yards of carry, and you'll think, wow, they're going to dominate this entire game.
And then in 25 mile per hour wind, we're going to ask Marcus Mariota to throw a post to Damiere Byrd down the field. You know what? Yep. I need that this week.
I can see it.
Just to put it down on my bingo card. I need it.
Nashville's Windy City. I can definitely see Arthur Smith having a windy package, windy pass offense. Sir. He's gonna shove analytics, rub it in their face.
Cordell Patterson's gonna go up the seam, and we're gonna watch it.
Did you guys know we're the only team without a receiver that's had a 100-yard game?
I love it.
We're the only team. 31 out of 32 have completed this one accomplishment, except for the Atlanta Falcons. We do not have a wide receiver or a receiver at all, period, that has had 100 yards in a game.
Is the most 80 by Pitts?
I think it's the Pitts game. It's either the Pitts one or one of the London games.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. That's the state of the passing offense right now. People are like, why does Kyle Pitts look like he doesn't want to run? I'm like, you tell me. What do you mean? Why are we asking questions we know the answers to? Because this offense sucks for a receiver. This is why wide receivers don't go play with Lamar Jackson. Like, if we want to be real, this is the reputation Greg Roman has. I don't want that reputation here. So like,
I don't think Arthur does.
I hope he doesn't.
I don't
because
think
he seems
Arthur
like he's got-
does.
I mean, he seems like he has an option on the bench that might be able to pass it if he doesn't want that kind of reputation. But
Don't
I'm
even
just
talk about
saying,
him. We're not even going to see good, buddy.
yeah,
We're not even
I've
going to
given
see
up.
it, buddy.
I've given up. Well,
So, and I'll say, Drake London leads the team in receiving yards at 369, and he's 50th. 50th.
Tyreek Hill just hit 1,000.
Yeah, bro. 50th, bro.
Just so y'all know
I'm
what wide receiver ones are doing.
Bro, literally, bro. Literally.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yes.
Just
yes.
round
one.
There you go. Who is our wide receiver one? If we're being honest, like who is our go-to? No. Who's our go-to guy? Is it Drake?
Olamide Zaccheaus.
Exactly. Why is that not the same guy?
Oh God!
Why is that? That's our number one receiver. If we're honest, that's our go-to guy. Is Olamide Zaccheaus.
No.
Yeah. Hey,
I don't support this. I do not support this message.
I'm sure you don't.
Drake London is wide receiver one, but he is not utilized as such, or he's not getting open. One of the two.
He's getting open.
It is not.
Because I've seen that. I've seen him break ankles. I've seen him create separation, which they said he couldn't do. I've seen him do it.
What's that word? What did you say? He's creating what?
Separation.
No, he's not doing
that.
that.
I mean, he's not fast enough to, but he's doing it somehow. It's like magic, right? Like route running, I don't know. But yeah, Drake London is such a good route runner for him to just be 9 games into the NFL, bro. Like, he's gonna be good, but I mean, like Trayshawn said, we're throwing the ball 15 times a game. So like he literally has 33 receptions. So,
that tracks 9.
Yeah.
That tracks over 9 games. It's so sad.
It's bad.
But again, it doesn't matter, Drake. Hope you have fun blocking in the weather this week. Because you're gonna be doing a lot of it, champ. Actually, that's where the Felipe Franks role is gonna be. We're gonna bring in our wide receiver to come in and be that extra tight end 3. It's gonna be a hell of a game, fellas.
Drake tight end 3 is crazy.
We might see the wishbone.
God, I wish. See, this is where we need an Auden Tate right here for a game like this, right, guys?
Man, Auden.
I'm like, now I understand why they cut all the good receivers. It makes.
Can I ask?
sense.
I was just about to ask y'all. Right? Like, I'm sure Auden Tate would have done something at this point. No,
I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so, bro. Because the only thing he's going to be able to do is what Drake London is doing, and that's true. And that's true. So no, I fully understand now why he's not here. Because
no point. It's a waste.
We have Auden Tate at home.
Yeah, but I said that to say, like, this whole Bryan Edwards thing, I was so excited about it, and he hasn't even been active for most of the games. Like,
I know.
It's just,
yeah.
I mean, I know we only traded like a 5th or something, but
4th,
like,
I think it was a 4th.
It
was a 4th.
It was a 5th.
Like,
and he was the 3rd round draft pick.
Yeah.
So but maybe, who knows? Maybe somehow, some way next year we'll see if he's able to thrive with maybe a different QB.
But and that's another thing too. Like, is he like really worse than? Well, I mean,
I think we can't really say at this point because we haven't seen him getting the opportunity. That's what makes this wide receiver room hard to judge. Is that nobody's getting the ball.
We have no idea. All we know is that the juice comes from the backfield and that it that's what we do. We come out and we run the football. That's our identity.
Let's talk about the backfield for this game. Like y'all said, we saw Joe Mixon run all over the Panthers. Who do we think do we think, Patterson going to get a lot of carries? Do we think Algier and Patterson equaled out with carries this past game? I don't know how many people knew that. And then Huntley was, trailed a bit. And And Avery Williams was in on a couple of snaps as well, even though he didn't get carries. He was running routes and things like that. So who do you guys expect, a big game from? You guys think CP takes over again? Or do you think they try to share the ball even more in this kind of weather?
What you thinking, Savion? Let me think about that.
I'm thinking because we're going to be so run heavy and because it's so expected, I think that, and shout out to our boy Trey here, it's going to be an earth, wind, and fire type of game, man. It really is. I think we're really going to share the wealth to the extent to where it'll be like really equal in a sense. But I think we're going to see like more Huntley on third down situations and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like we're going to be in a couple of third and shorts, or a good amount of third and shorts. I mean, so I think we're going to see Huntley on third down, kind of see CP in the red zone, kind of give us that look of, oh crap, what if he like swings out or something like that? Just give that. But what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly what we did last week and give it to him and hope that he runs through Shaq Thompson's chest. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, exactly what you just detailed is why I'm, still thinking, because I can for some reason see Huntley having a really good game. Like, I can see Algier eating and I can see CP eating. Like, I can see all the running backs just eating like all day. Now, I guess it would just come down to who gets more of the share of carries. Now, if they're still trying to bring CP along slowly,
that's why.
It is a short week. It has only been 4 days since he had, I think, 12 carries, 10 to 12 carries or something on
13.
Sunday, 13, somewhere in that area. I could see them keeping it balanced like that so that they're not running CP too heavily, especially because Algier and Huntley have already both proved that they can hold their own in their backfield.
Short game.
Yeah, for sure.
Short turnaround,
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
So, yeah, I can see a running back by committee game for sure.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Short turnaround, bad weather game. Kind of makes me nervous, honestly. We have historically seen a lot of injuries on Thursday night. NFL players don't really like them a lot because they're more beat up and everything like that. So,
And then you add the mud and stuff that you can get caught in.
Gotta hope everything stays clean out there. Gotta take care.
Seriously, I really do.
100% to me, the right call to not bring AJ back at all. I don't even think if he was like close,
it's gonna be a run game.
Bring him back. Yeah, I wouldn't. So I wouldn't read too heavily into it because I know this will be his. Is it his fourth game now? Like if we're counting the Bengals game that he went down early.
I think it'll be his third.
It'll be his third
because it went Bengals and then it went Panthers, Chargers, and then this will be the third. If you count Bengals, it's his fourth.
Yeah. So because I know he didn't go on the IR, which would have been 4 weeks mandatory. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I hope he's ready for the next week, but on this short week, like you said, Trey, the weather conditions are going to be crazy. It's a run game anyways. Why would you bring AJ back and even risk anything? It's Thursday, muddy, like you said, Savion. Like I ain't risking that.
So I think it's
the right call. Yeah, give him the 10 days.
What's the score prediction, boys?
Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be a really ugly game. I think we're going to see turnovers. I think we're going to see fumbles. I think it's going to be nasty. But the Falcons' run game is so good this season that it gives me so much confidence in a game like this one that I just honestly, I know I just said it's hard for me to be confident and say we'll win a game because we don't know how to close it. But the Panthers are already bad, and the weather conditions don't help them at all. Like I don't know. I just feel like we win like 24-19, something weird like that.
24. That is a weird score.
It's a weird score. How do you get to that? I have no idea.
I don't even know if I'm giving you that much, man. I'm thinking because you gotta think about it. Like, all right, and this is something that I really wanted to ask you guys. If I would have told y'all that we would have kept this game on Sunday against the Chargers, the 20-17, do you think does that not sound like a Falcons win?
Yeah, I said the same thing, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, but anyway, that to get back to this game, I see it being more of the same because all the Chargers did was ball control, but through the air instead of like on the ground. So I'm guessing that it's around 21 to I don't know 15 or something stupid like that. So I'm gonna say I'm I'm gonna say 21-15. I like that 21-15. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
21-15.
21-15. Okay.
That was the score we lost to the Bucks by.
Why would you do that? That's
I don't know. It was. I'm so
what the
sorry.
I'm going.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm saying 6-14 Falcons.
God.
Two field goal. Oh, it's y'all thought y'all games were ugly. This is Thursday night.
This is gross.
This is Thursday night, fellas. You guys need to. Y'all mentally are not ready. I heard 20s. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna be upset. We're gonna see 20 total points, fellas.
Man,
The curse of Thursday night. No, it's gonna be nasty game.
14
bad
is
weather.
Wow.
Bad weather.
Wow.
I mean, no, man. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be that bad. I think it's gonna be 14-6.
my-
Think about kickers having to kick in that weather. The 6 is ridiculous. I should really say
Yeah.
like 14-0 or something
Yeah.
like that. But I don't know if the
Jesus.
boys
The
have a
6
goose
is
egg here. So I'll
crazy.
say 14-6, and they missed the extra point.
Did
Look
y'all
at
That's
this.
how-
realize that the Panthers kicker is Dicker the kicker?
That was Chargers.
Chargers.
Oh, was that Chargers?
Yeah,
When did he get signed to
that week.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
insane.
Because-
Like,
because-
that's crazy.
because
The young
apparently
Hokudas.
That young Hokudas, bro.
because
That's
apparently
crazy.
he kicked the go ahead field goal for the Eagles earlier this season. So it's funny. This dude was built for games like this. That's what it would.
Wow.
That's what it is. Kicked us right in the dicker. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Kicked us right in the dicker.
Sorry to bring that back. I just remember that amazing Gus Johnson called it Dicker, the kicker. It's just so awesome. And when I realized that was him, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was in the presence of like what? Of like royalty, and I didn't even know.
Oh,
Crazy.
Oh, man.
Here I am all upset, and I'm witnessing Dicker the kicker. What am I doing?
Oh,
That's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
well, all right, boys. We got to be quick on these. I didn't get them to you earlier, but
All right.
we got overreactions, or spot on takes for this week. We're gonna start off with the heavy hitter. This is a make or break game for Marcus Mariota as the starting QB of the Atlanta Falcons. Overreaction or spot on?
Spot on.
Spot on.
Spot on.
Spot on
100%.
for me. Now, if you're asking me for this staff and what they got going
Oh, they
on,
don't care. They don't care.
He not budging. Like, he's staying there as the starting QB, barring injury. But for me, like, if he, well, I take that back. Overreaction. You know why? The weather. I forgot about the weather.
Yeah.
I forgot about
I
that.
care less, bro. I care.
I'm
less.
going
I want
overreaction as well.
less.
I'm
I want this
going
guy outta here.
overreaction. He's not. There's no. This game will not affect his job at all. He could
He's not
fumble it
going
3
anywhere, bro.
times. He could have an interception. He could have like 3 turnovers. Nothing's gonna happen to him because it's just gonna be a bad weather game, and Arthur Smith's gonna be like, these kinds of games happen. We gotta be able to support
Ball
our QB
bounces-
when
the
things
ball-
like
the
these
ball
happen. Ball
bounces
that bounce
weird.
our way today.
Hey,
The
look,
ball
we
bounces
were
funny.
right there.
I'm behind Marcus 100,000%.
100%. Marcus
Okay.
kept us in the game, and we're
Second take. Dean Pease is potentially finishing this season on the hot seat if things keep going the way they do. Overreaction or spot on?
Oh, it's so tough because Arthur loves Dean. Arthur loves Dean, and so do I. It's been.
They can make it. I'll tell you this: they can make it look any kind of way they want. They could call it a retirement, or whatever,
mutually.
Yeah,
agreed.
it can be any type of way.
Oh my God! My thing is, I just feel like he would want to give Pease like a edge rusher in free agency or something. Like, give him some spice and let him try it again, and then if it still goes wrong, to not knock it. But like
I'd say that puts him on the hot seat, though. I'm saying like he finishes the year on the hot seat, so that means like he might not get replaced.
He might not get
replaced, but they're gonna be like, hey,
yeah.
your job's in jeopardy now, though. But
Oh,
like,
yeah,
now the
spot on.
comfortability's gone.
Spot on.
I gotta say spot on. I'm looking at the numbers right now, man. Every single one of these games, according to Pro Football Reference, the defense has not given us like a positive game, a net positive game yet. They have not. No. And I have to agree, they have not. They haven't.
Yep.
So
yeah, I gotta say, I think it's a 3-year plan for him. If he doesn't get it right next year,
absolutely,
he's got to be out. To be honest, because it ain't nothing really changed that much.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Overreaction or spot on. If Cordell Patterson had started his career with an offensive coach that understood how to use him, like Arthur Smith, he would have been a Hall of Fame football player. Overreaction or spot on. You still get his kicking return ability that he had.
Spot on.
Obviously, hold on. Obviously, that comes with caveats. I would basically say that he's not going to get the same amount of opportunities returning because he'd be running. But you still get to use it when he's young because they always overuse young players.
100%.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say spot on because he is so explosive, like I was saying earlier. And he always has been that explosive on kick returns, screen passes, anything like that. If he had been utilized,
we're talking Hall of Fame
now, he was always good enough to do it. Like everything that he's doing now, he always had that in his package. He's 31. Did people think he just got good a year ago? Like we just opened up his skill set. Like if this had happened while he was 23, 24, I think he'd be 7 years deep into like a run of like greatness, if barring injury.
We're talking Hall of Fame though. Like we're not talking really good. Like
I'm talking NFL Hall of Fame is the hardest Hall of Fame to get into.
It is.
So I have to say it's a slight overreaction, but only because it's so damn hard. Like I see Cordell Patterson being Percy Harvin like 2 or 3.0. And the question is that enough to get into the Hall of Fame? And I don't know if it is. I mean, I haven't seen
longevity's the hard part there.
Right.
That's the thing.
But I basically thought about it, and it's very hard to make the Hall of Fame. I think it's going to be especially hard for modern running backs of the past 10,
100%,
12 years to make the Hall of Fame going forward.
He wasn't
that's what
he was a receiver. No,
hold on, y'all taking the tape. Hold on. I think because of his receiving ability, that's what would actually give him the edge, because I think you would look at him as like the modern, slash or whatever you would want to call him, the modern, football weapon that you would see that a lot of people want to emulate, the Debo, the whatever you want to call it.
Because I was gonna say, if Debo if he continues his career the way he has right now, like would he go to the Hall of Fame? Smitty, what's going on?
Smitty.
Appreciate you. But yeah, like if Debo is to keep this momentum for the next 6 or 7 years, would that make him a Hall of Fame caliber player? Like I know the Hall of Fame is really hard to get into, but that's not the goal. I mean, winning games is the goal, winning Super Bowls. But like Debo, if he kept pace, he should be in the Hall of Fame if he does this for 9 more years. Like that's Hall of Fame worthy.
I think you can make the argument for that. But that's a hard thing to do. Obviously, we all know that.
It is.
Like that's what makes it tough. All right.
Yeah.
Last one. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
All right. I hope y'all are ready for this. Caleb Huntley will make a great trade bait this NFL offseason. Overreaction or spot on take?
Let me tell you something.
That's gonna hurt.
Let me tell you something. It's gonna hurt, but it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen though.
It's gonna happen because Caleb Huntley is a dog, bro. NFL coaches see that. The Falcons know what they got in that room, but you know what? They also got Tyler Algier and CP already. And you drafted Tyler Algier. He's not going anywhere. Not while he's performing like this. I say it's spot on.
Oh, I know it's spot on. And the thing is, whatever you get for him is going to be icing on the cake because he was an undrafted free agent. No,
Absolutely.
Anything that you get for him, you didn't do anything but throw a couple dollars at him and say, come on and try out.
Yep.
Oh man, it's gonna hurt, but yeah, that's true,
hurt.
man. It's true, man. It's spot on.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna do it. Somebody gonna bite.
Somebody gonna bite, bro. He's a dog.
Overreaction. The man is here to stay. Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot will not let this guy get out of the building. I can't believe how fast the two of you turned on your man for a potential 5th or 6th round draft pick. I mean, the both of you. Yeah, Fleek, I'm especially shocked with you. Savion, I expect this from.
Come on,
man.
I thought
there's no way this man leaves the building.
Me, I would keep.
Do what you got to do to win, baby.
I set y'all up. He's a free agent. There is no trade. I just, man, I wanted to see if y'all
do what you got to do to win, baby.
This is what I'll say. Caleb, if you're seeing this, all right, I was talking about what Terry Fontenot might do. Not what I do. I keep you on the team, you know what I'm saying?
Caleb, if you're watching this, Fleek was 100% an Ollison man. I want you to know that. I'm not lying to you.
That is not a lie. That is not a lie, and I can't act like it's a lie. That is not a lie.
What'd you say? He's a quadri Ollison truther. 100%. Yes, sir.
I didn't think anyone rememred that.
Oh, but, I didn't forget, man, and neither will Caleb Huntley now, hopefully.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Shout out that boy Allison though. I don't know where he at now, but I hope he's doing good.
Dallas practice squad. It seems like he's doing all right.
Still collecting the check. That's good.
Chilling. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, lucky for us, we get to get our pain over with early, and we get to see it tomorrow night. Another great show. Wouldn't want to be here with anybody else. Shout out to our boys Hunter and executive producer / man of mystery Damsky. We miss you. Come home, Adam. We don't know. Brother. You know, one day we'll have you on here, but any words, any farewells, fellas?
On your podcast.
Any parting words? Anything else?
Hey man, everybody who stopped by in the stream and everybody who's watching after the stream is over, we appreciate your support, man. We have been noticing y'all interacting with us. Please keep the interaction going, man. We love nothing more than talking Falcons football with all Falcons fans. So we appreciate y'all.
That's right.
Man. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. You guys are what makes this run, honestly, and we appreciate y'all to the fullest extent. Go Dirty Birds, bro. That's all I gotta say, man. Let's get it done tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, and to echo the sentiments of Fleek and Savion, thank you guys. You guys were getting us to like 300 views or something like a week, and that's what was able to get us on YouTube. So we really do appreciate that. We know that you guys are out there watching us get this great content off. So
yes, sir.
And we